I regret relying on Juju to be successful. Everything of mine is very complicated. I miss smiling again. I miss the days I was a teenager who has nothing. We used to go to the forest to pick wild fruits. Grandma tried to build our future by letting us know we need to work. Sometimes we even fetched firewood for sale. The man was used to buy our food and clothes. That life was enough, but we didn't appreciate it. My story is long, but I'll try to make it short. I am a child, grew up knowing only one parent, my mother. Mom and her sisters were commercial sex workers known by everyone in the neighborhood. They suddenly turned wild after their father, my grandfather, passed away. When grandfather was still alive, the family was well known for disciplined children who were good in academics. When father died, the whole pride died. To worsen the situation, grandmother struggled. This affected the kids as they were supposed to be the breadwinners, also responsible to pay their own fees on their own. Of all their daughters, no one has finished school by that time. They were still in process. Because of their ambition in excelling at school, mom and sisters started going to part-time jobs. The jobs gave them money, which was not even matching the quota of the required amount at school. This later on made them starting sleeping with their paymasters to increase the earnings. It says this money was not enough. Instead, it affected them on academics. They failed at the end. After school, they continued with commercial sex working. They have tasted and enjoyed the money. It is said that mom and sister's life story was the talk of the village for years. The sisters started having babies, then dumped them with their mother, grandmother, and go to town to continue their hustles. I am one of those babies who was born and dumped with grandmother. I grew up staying with my grandmother. I knew mom when I was a grown-up person. She almost finished 5 years without coming to see me, gave birth to me, then dumped me. Some of my friends who have parents managed to finish their education, went to cities and towns, and did well. Later, they started coming back to the village with their beautiful cars, wives, and children. No girl loved me in the village. They said I am very poor. This affected me. I felt being cursed by why did I fail to do what my friends were doing? From all those I decided to go to a sangoma. The sangoma gave me a small charm to put at the center of my yard. What I only need to do is making sure my mother never enjoyed the money by putting expensive hairstyles. The charm is against putting hairstyles. Luckily enough, my mother has just passed away few weeks by the time I went to the sangoma. Also, I should wash my hands before and after having sex with my wife. The rules were very good since I don't have a wife and my mom has just passed away. Soon after finishing the ritual, the sangoma told me that my mother should not enjoy the charm, and if I don't have the mother, then my wife. It was late. I have already finished the ritual. The charm changes to be a cat. It goes to steal in churches, shops, and individuals. As a person who is growing up, last year I started staying with my girlfriend. My wife never enjoyed. She always asked why did I not allow her to be hairdressed properly, yet my friends' wives changes hairstyles like clothes. She stole money in my wallet and went to the salon. My wife died on her way returning from the salon. She was hit by a car. I own many taverns across the country, but I'm not enjoying. The ghost of my wife is coming asking why did I kill her. After my wife broke the rule, I'm now unable to use the money. It just disappears in shops. If I sleep in house, I woke up on top of my wife's graveyard. Is there any man of God who can change my life? I want to go back to Jesus. Please hide my name. I am 32 years, I'm pregnant and I'm working. My husband He is not working anymore cause he decided to resign at work without telling me. And when in March this year, so I have been supporting him till now, and I just found out that he's cheating on me. Whenever I go to work, he sees this girl and she stay in the same street with us. Please advise me, what must I do? And worst thing, utata imali kubomashonisa that I need to pay food. I don't even know yafi lemali because I buy everything. It doesn't do anything. Please help me. Thanks. Nisazofendula. I'm sorry for not pronouncing well your language, my sister. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next confession. Isolation uncle, I just want to vent and I need your advice too. Please don't judge. There is this guy I'm dating. Well, we actually fought before and we took a break, our relationship. So during the break, he got another girlfriend. Then came a time where we actually got back together and solved our problem. Please don't judge. As Yah all known, a heart is a very stupid organ. I continued with him while there was another girl in the picture until I actually fell pregnant and I decided to let him know. Well, he was happy and treated me very well, Shem. I was happy because I loved the guy and he would make a very good dad. I was low-key happy, mom, knowing my kid would grow up with both restless, best of parents. But it was hectic because there was Umadam involved. One day, when I was analyzing this whole situation, I realized, God, it's a fucking up situation and I would not drag my baby into this mess. That's when I informed the baby daddy that I want to abort. He disagreed and told me that's not a good idea. I decided to go it behind his back and aborted the kid. After a few days, I told him what occurred. I lied and told him I miscarried, and he insisted that we meet and tell him everything face to face. Then it happened that we delayed the meetups, and Kenkang, my feelings for him were fading away. It was an thought this guy is a stranger, and he was also starting to act weird. No phone calls, nothing. 4 days, Yafeta Resa Bowie. I then decided to let him know that I wanna call it quits. I sent him a text telling him how I feel we should go our separate ways. His response was, if that was you, one then it's okay. I was so yet. And later on, I received a call from him and the girl. Not the girl asking me if it's really over and asking me whether the baby is there or not. Guys, I felt so sad because I did not expect that from him. And how could him and the girl disrespect me like that? It's so unlike him immediately. And the call, I blocked him everywhere. It was kind of a good thing I didn't keep the baby. Solution uncle. I am a young woman aged 25. I used to have a big problem with money every month and I was facing problems that needs money. Sometimes money would just disappear in my wallet. My life was just a nightmare. I lost a baby in an accident. It wasn't a serious accident, but he died because of spiritual attacks. From there, I struggled to fall pregnant. That's when someone came and introduced me to Gogomoyo. She prayed for me and told me what to do in 2 weeks' time. I was pregnant. And the next month end, I did not lose any cent of my money. I really thank this woman. She helped me a lot. May God bless her. This November, I got blessed with a beautiful baby girl, and I'm grateful for that. Again, I want to thank Gogomoyo for your prayers. She is so powerful. Your number is +27656841143. Yellow Solution Uncle, please hide my identity when you publish. I got my husband arrested for physically abusing me. I caught him cheating. I found a girl on top of him having sex. Well, the guy blamed me for leaving him alone for a long time. I forgave him. And the thing is, I'm not staying with him because he is an abuser. So I only visit him. Okay, I visit him. I caught him with the girl. We talked and I forgive him. A few weeks after I caught him with the same girl, I just told him that now this is the limit. He can stay with the girl. When we got home, he started beating me. I went to the police and opened a case of domestic violence. Was I wrong to get him arrested? You wasn't wrong, my sister. You wasn't wrong. We'll talk about your story at the end of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to our next confession. Can I get advice? Please hide my name. I was doing my final year this year. When I got home from varsity, I told my parents that I want to go to Bloemfontein next year to search for a better opportunity since there are none at home. My parents did not agree with my decision without any good reason. They are trying to discourage me in any way possible, and they further added that if I step out of the door, I should never come back. So what I take from all those remarks, they made it that they don't want me to be independent and grow as an individual. Another thing, they don't want me to achieve more than they have because they want me to consider things that will benefit them, and they want me to live their dreams. They want me to join a program that help young farmers to find their feet on considering that I'm not into agriculture, especially now. When I tell them my plans, they insult me. If they don't agree with me, they can't have a civil conversation with me without throwing insult. I was an NSFAS beneficiary. They were expecting me to share the money with them, and buy them clothes on top of that, things they failed to do for themselves. My mom used to be a street vendor, coming home with at less than 900 rands every day, or even 1,500 rands on good days. They never did anything for themselves, but they expect me to perform miracles with a loss 1,600 rands I was getting from NF, NSFAS. This year, I contributed to the business they wanted to start and gave them 500 rands from my NSFAS money. Now, they forgot about all those sacrifices and tell me how I don't do anything for them. That time, I have a bag full of shoes. Why don't I remember them when I buy for myself? Now they are cursing me that I know thing I am better, and now better than anyone at home since I am a degree holder. The list is endless. I can go on and on about it. I would appreciate advices from anyone who is or was in a similar situation as of me. How did you find courage to start your life from nothing? How hard and scary was it? I'm not a P. Thank you so much, my sister and others, for sharing your stories with us. Listeners, you are tuned in to Extraordinary Africa, and this is your number one show, African Confessions HD, with your host, Solution Uncle. If you're still new in the show, we publish lifetime confessions. Usually, we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. And the final story, my sister, you need to start your life on your own, right? You need to be independent. You need to represent yourself. But there's this one thing I would like to advise you. If those parents wanted to abort the pregnant of you, they were going to do it. They were going to do it. They were going to support each other in doing that. So you need to find a relative to sit down with you and your parents then you meet at a negotiating table. Otherwise, we don't encourage you to insult your parents. Your mother was going to that marketplace searching for money so that you can go to school, you can have food, you can have clothes. So you don't need to assault your mother. Instead, you need to talk with your mother. That's my own opinion. Guys, ladies and gentlemen who are tuned in, what's your thoughts on this one? What's your thoughts on this one? What's your thoughts? Also, put God first. Put God first. Pray for that job you want. Pray for your parents and you to understand each other. You don't have to insult any one of your parents. Please, I beg you. One day you will be a parent and you are going to karma. You might face karma. I'm not here to judge, but that's my advice to you guys. Deep down comment section, what's your thoughts on this one? And there was this other confession, the first confession. My brother, you said your mother was a commercial sex worker. It was their habit with their sisters, giving birth, then dump the child with the mother. You grew up staying with your grandmother. You need to thank that lady for that hard work she does. Someone who was struck, but he tried by all means to raise you. Now you are grown up. You need to get rich faster. Granny was teaching you everything. My grandchildren, you need to work. Let's go to the forest. Let's fetch fruits. Let's fetch firewood to sell. And that was a very good lesson. In life, we need to move step by step. You don't need to skip steps. And now, my brother, you are suffering, but God is for everyone. The doors are still open. Go and repent to the relatives of your wife. Go and repent to everyone you offended. Repent before God. Start fasting and praying. God will never let you down. Our God, the God who created heaven and earth, the Father of the fathers, the King of the kings, will never let you down. What you only need to do is to pray. Pray for your life. Pray for your future. God will set you free. God will surely set you free. And there were other stories I can't recall. Ladies and gentlemen, put God first in whatever you do. I'll repeat this repetition of phrases, repetition of words. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to enter into the festive season. Let's not relax. We need to pray each and every day. When you wake up, make sure you pray. Before going to church, make sure you pray. Before visiting those relatives, make sure you pray. God will never let you down. The God of the heaven and earth will never let you down. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was the show for today. Solution Anchor is back. I wasn't feeling well, guys. I'm still recovering. I'm trying by all means to go back to where I was. Thank you so much for the prayers. I'll leave you listening to these wise words from the man of God. There is a lesson at the end of his audio note about demons. It's very useful. It's very useful. Let's enjoy our day. Maybe I'll be publishing a second video at the end of today. God bless you. Thank you so much. Listen to this one.
Morning, my bro. How are you? I'm alright. You know, I'm still listening to these confessions that people make, and I'm still. I think it's both. I think it's the other one is European confessions. The other one is this one. The other one for Shona, and I think there's another one for a lady called Mamoyo there. And if you check these problems that people are going through, and especially those who end up by saying they prayed, or those ones who say my life changed after a certain thing. Maybe something happened, maybe my mother died, maybe they were conceived through incest or rape or something. You know there is something I've learned when I was after studying the Bible. I did something called demology, demonology, where you study the demons, how they work, and how I wish that Africans, we should know that we're living in a spiritual world, and life is spiritual. So what you do to a child, or what happens in your life at one time, whether it's good or bad, you see, we people, we have a tendency of not knowing enough, or to be aware of what is wrong or right. Like, let's say something bad happens, but at the end you make more money out of it. We then thank God for that. We only curse the blessings when they bring pain. So usually when they bring something good, we forget that if how it was first, like becoming a prostitute and ending up making more money and building your home. And so what I'm trying to say is, these demons, this world is run by demons. If you read in the Bible, the evil one was chased from heaven and came down here with a bunch of demons. And if you check this world, it's like three-quarters of this world is water. And where we are, it's like 30% of the whole world. In heaven, there is no water or land. It's the whole place. So if you can think, three-quarters of the demons that came here, each and every baby born has a demon from the dark world assigned to them. So that's why it is important to to pray, or to dedicate your life to God. So what happened is, when you are born, you find that there's a demon in the family that is called a familiar spirit that thinks it's part of the family, or it has a right. And usually it does, because the devil is an accuser of men, and his duty is to kill, destroy, and scatter. So when that demon comes and see, it checks, it has the family history. It has a family history, and it checks especially how you're being treated, how you deal with it. If it's anger, if it's pain, it's a door again to another demon. Because, so like when you study a case, you look at a case like, I listened to a case now, I don't know whether it's in this group, where a girl is suffering and thinking that no one believes her. Every man that she meets is every man that she meets, they tell her that what did she say? She said something like "Urikunetsa," like you are trouble. I think it means that. So you check how she was born and how she doesn't know, where she says she dreamt something like a saucer. Those are aliens. Those are the things that people are doing technology, where that flying saucer that she saw, those three people that she see there in the window, and how she gets raped and all of that. Like, if you listen to people that has joined this metaverse on Facebook, where you wear a hat, people get raped there. So the thing is, when you deal with a case, to my sister's case, I think the answer is already there. It says itself. You could just see the demon there from day one. And alcohol, that spirit that eats it destroys whoever consumes it. That alcohol is where they came up with the word alcohol. So the uncle came home with a spirit in her thing. Then there was a familiar spirit. That's why the parents ended up treating her as if she was the guilty one, but she wasn't. But in their eyes, they thought, up to a point where it's so painful when the grandma said, "I've got a tractor." So when we study that case, or we pray for it, we need to check what kind of a demon is attacking that baby, that sister, and the keys, because sometimes when you're praying for a case, it's like it's a password, it's a long code that when you pray, maybe let's say you pray, you need to get the key, find the key to unlock. And when you unlock, then the person goes free, but to go and dedicate their life to Jesus. Because if they don't, the demons that they can live, and that especially the familiar spirit, because they still think you are part of the family, so they wait. And when you don't dedicate your life to God, it then comes back. Or go and invite even more. Yeah, I think you remember the story of Legion. I think, is it Legion? They said we are Legion. That means more than one. So, I mean, I just wanted, it's not a convey, I'm just sharing this thing with you. I don't think it's worth writing or sharing with our brothers and sisters. So, most cases, if you check the background, people must believe what they see or what they feel. The problem is we've been taught by these Europeans, colonizers, that you need to come up with a reason, a logic reason, but witchcraft is there, life is spiritual. So you look at that, because I like the way people explain, like, one day my mother did that, one day my sister did that, I noticed that. That's where the answers are. Sometimes you don't even have to be a prophet to see that there is a spirit here, like the spirit of Jezebel, the spirit of Leviathan, the strong man. You see hate, you see fear, you see anger, you see hunger, you see those are types of spirit. There are types of spirit that do that. And if you know what type of a demon you're dealing with, you can now know, when you pray, that what you say, what you proclaim, and what you're saying, a person should divorce themselves from what. So, hey, I pray, my brother, that our sisters and brothers out there, they get to know that there is no one who has power than God, and this life is spiritual, and there are two ways. There's a dark way and the light way, the good way and the bad way. You can go to the sangomas when you are mad, and they take away the madness, and you're healed. But at the end, it's like going to the stronger dark world to get rid of the weaker dark world. You are still in the dark. Those people, they still have a legal reason, because what the devil does, he goes to God and say, like what they did with Job, and present his case and say, let's say maybe they're trying to bewitch you at night. They find the angels standing at your door, trying to protect you, but inside your house there are things that belongs to the dark world. They can present a legal case and say, no, we are not here to kill this person. We are here to take our things, or to do what we do with our things, because we have taken a whole lot of things that belongs to the dark world and keep them. Some of them we drink them. Now I've got drinks called dragon and all of that. The words, the people are not hiding what they do anymore. But then look at the pain, look at the heartbreaks, look at what people are going through. But yes, we praying, my bro. At the end, we know that the devil lost when he started. This game was lost when he started, and now you see he is vicious, like he's coming in power, because he knows this time is over. Thank you, my bro. Have a lovely one.